What's going on, everybody? My name is Jake, and I'm bringing you the next episode in the series Spawn Locked. And this week, as requested, is going to be the map Hardhat. For those of you that don't know, Spawn Locked is a weekly series that I walk you through setting up a spawn trap in the game type Domination on Modern Warfare 3. I'm identifying different positions of team members, lines of sight, and enemy boundaries. Throughout the life of the series, I will be hitting every map in Modern Warfare 3 and any new DLC map that becomes available. So let's get started with Hardhat. Just like Dome in Episode 1, Hardhat has a triangular domination layout, which means you can technically spawn trap the opposing team at any one of the 3 domination points. I'm not going to go into too much detail and basically repeat myself what I did in Dome, but we're going to talk about the C spawn trap, because in my opinion it's the easiest to set up. Now I want to quickly kind of go over something that I haven't done in the other episodes, and that is enemy spawns. Now in Hardhat, I've marked the 3 main spawn areas in the C domination side. Now, if we allow the enemy to hold down 2 or 3 major spawns in any map, typically it won't flip the spawn, and they'll continue to respawn in the trapped area. Now, later in the series, when we get to Arcaden, I'll show you how to use that to your advantage, and one of the members of your team can actually go for a Moab and get it pretty easily. But, like I said, in Hardhat, we're going to give them 3 major spawns. Because we've allowed them to control those 3 spawns in about half the map, we have successfully narrowed down their exit points to 3. Allowing us to put 2 people at each exit point, which means this is a pretty manageable spawn trap. Now, if you haven't noticed, in Modern Warfare 3, the more of the map that we give them around their flag, it's easier to spawn trap them. Now, when you look at most maps overhead, you'll see that there's normally only 3 or 4 ways to cross the map and capture the other point, which means it's pretty easy to set up a spawn trap when there's only 2 or 3 or 4 areas to cover. Now, in Hardhat, even though we've given up half the map, we still control 2 of the 3 flags. They only have 3 ways out, and we hold the advantages to those exit points, with very little worry about flipping the spawn. Now, if we do, however, push too far in the 3 exit points, normally the enemy is going to start spawning either between A and B, or just above the B domination flag, both of which are main spawn points on the A-B side of the map. Now, still, this is pretty good information to know in case you get paired up with a couple of randos on your team, or one of your normal team members decides to get a little greedy because they're not getting enough kills where they're positioned at. So keep that in mind if somebody decides to push a little too far. Now, moving into team positioning and responsibilities, as I've already mentioned, our 6-man team is broken into 3 2-person teams. We have an A team, a B team, and a C team, just like before. And just like before, again, I want to go through and give you guys a first-person view of what each spot's going to look like. And we're going to start off with the A team. Now, starting things off with the A domination point, or the A team, the primary position for the A side team is going to be right up here, right next to this main spawn point where this side comes in at. As you can see A pretty well, and you can also see where people kind of like head glitch right here to see if anybody's sitting up in actually this spot right here. Normally you have the advantage because you have the height advantage, and you also are sitting behind this concrete barrier, which, unless they have impact, normally it's pretty difficult for them to hit you. Also, if you move over here a little bit, you can see up that back ramp area, so if anybody likes to hug that wall over there, you can pick them off on that side. Now, moving into the first support position, I actually like to jump up on these little concrete barriers right here and use this area right here. You have a pretty good line of sight down here. You're covered with this pillar type thing, and like I said, it's a pretty good line of sight. And actually, another one that I am actually surprised Team Art hasn't talked about is you can actually see over this hill, and you can see the top of their body. If you jump up here, you can actually see, you know, that's the ground right there. So that's where their feet's going to be. So this is going to be the upper half of their body, and you might not have enough time to actually pick them off when they're running across, but you can definitely, you know, warn the primary person up there that somebody is coming. But moving on to the primary position over on the B team, there's either a few spots that I actually like. One kind of being up over here. You have a little bit of cover from, you know, this part of the tunnel right here, and you can also jump down here and kind of use the cover of this. But this general area is that first primary position for the B team. And, you know, just keep in mind that if multiple people come through there, you're probably not going to survive. But, you know, somewhere in this general area works out pretty nice. The support person, I actually like to sit right up here, and you'll see this at the end of the video. But, there's some nice cover here with these, I don't know if they're wood blocks or what they are exactly, but you have some nice cover. You can see people, their heads start to come out. You get a couple headshots. They have a little bit of cover with the ground in the low area, but normally it's not too bad. Like I said, that's a pretty good support position. And finally, running all the way over to the final spot, the C team. The primary C position I like is right here on the back of these sandbags or concrete bags, whatever those are. As you can see, down here is one of the major spawn points. Now, keep in mind that when you're looking at this, they're not going to spawn in that spawn area, so you're actually limiting this down, or taking it down from 3 spawns to 2 spawns for this map, so keep that in mind. But from here, you can cover this door pretty easily, and you can obviously cover coming up that hill, and you've got a lot of cover there with those sandbags. It's very difficult for them to hit you. They can get a headshot, but like I said, it's very difficult for them to hit you. And the support spot for the C team is right here behind this crate. Gives you a little bit more of line of sight. You might actually think this is more of the primary spot, but it kind of limits your view when you're looking down here. You can't really see the door. When you're looking over here, you can't really see the hill. There's a spot right back over here where I'm shooting that enemies can actually see you a little bit better than you can see them. So just be careful when you're sitting here. Calling it, your kill streaks or something, duck down. Actually, I normally run a bouncing Betty, and I'll actually throw it over at that door, so I don't have to really worry about it too much. And get a couple kills here, and then kind of reposition yourself maybe back over here, and then get a couple more kills, and then move back. Normally, you piss people off enough, they like to throw stuff up here. Their stun grenades, or their stun grenades or flash grenades, and then follow it up with a syntax or a regular grenade. So that's going to wrap it up for the 3 teams. Well, that's it for this week's episode of Spawn Locked. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If the video was helpful, feel free to give it a like or a favorite. Next week, I'm going to be covering the map Underground. I had quite a few requests for that last week, and it shouldn't disappoint you guys. So, until next time, enjoy the rest of the gameplay. See you guys later.
UAV online. Friendly AGM online. UAV online. Care package on the way. Heads up, Delta Team. Enemy UAV spotted. Care package on the way. Enemy UAV spotted. Securing Charlie. UAV online. Enemy SAM detected. UAV online. Enemy down. Care package on the way. Just another day. Good job.